Ethylene oxide. Just how dangerous can this really be? This is presented to you by Chelsea Galhausen in East Lansing, Michigan. First, we're going to take a look at the process of which ethylene oxide is used for in sterilizing medical devices. I may also refer to it as ETO throughout this presentation. This is a three-step process which includes preconditioning, sterilization, and aeration, which may also be known as degassing. In the preconditioning step, the package and medical device are heated to a temperature and humidity that the organisms will grow in. This is done because it has been shown that the microorganisms are more likely to be killed in an environment that they are comfortable in. In the sterilizing step, there is an initial vacuum to draw out the ambient atmosphere, and then humidification happens in the chamber. The ethylene oxide gas is then ejected in the system, and the packages will have a dwell time. It is known that the package does need to have a good permeation, since the ethylene oxide gas will permeate through the package to the product to make sure that the microorganism has been killed. Once that is finished, you will evaluate the gas. Once it has reacted, evacuate, not evaluate, and then air will be re-emitted back into the system. The final step, which is aeration, is probably the most important and longest part of the ethylene oxide sterilization cycle. This process can take up to several hours to several weeks. The materials absorb the gas, and if touched, the toxic gas can harm and even kill people. Ethylene oxide has contributed a significant amount to the advancement and evolution of medical device packaging. Some of the devices that we have nowadays may not have even been available unless it were for the ethylene oxide gas and the sterilization process that it emits. Don't let this fool you though. Ethylene oxide is still very dangerous and can be very harmful to humans. It's very toxic and is also flammable. This ethylene oxide gas, the reason that it can kill the microorganisms is because it becomes an alkaline agent, which then can cause mutations in biological systems, which humans are biological systems, and then they may have the potential of being a carcinogen, which pretty much means that has the potential to cause cancer, which is one of the big issues with ethylene oxide and if you come in contact with it. Some symptoms that you may experience from the exposure of ethylene oxide are as follows. A lot of them are like you can experience a lot of eye problems, you'll feel sick to your stomach, difficulty breathing. None of these sound fun or would be fun to deal with. There's coughing, headaches, blisters, and all that. Occupational exposure in healthcare facilities has been linked to an increase of spontaneous abortions and various cancers. Ethylene oxide gas has also been linked to muscle weakness, various cancers. You can have impaired memory and impaired thinking, peripheral paralysis. It can, again, affect your sight. There could be some nerve damage and maybe even genetic damage. since this gas is so toxic, that's why aeration, the last step in the ethylene oxide process, is so important, because in that step it removes all of the excess ethylene oxide from the package and the product. By doing so, once you come in contact with the package and product, there is a good chance that the ethylene oxide will not be there anymore, which is why you are able to handle it and not have these symptoms. So there is a good and a bad side to ethylene oxide, as there is with any sterilization process that you may use. There are advantages and disadvantages with this.